shirt here. Now he actually had a good point. Where did it go? I copied it down because he said something. Boom, boom, boom. He says some people are studio gangsters. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, some people are studio gangster rappers. Someone changed names, locations, and dates nowadays. We got guys self-snitching themselves into indictments. That's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about, Lonzo. The Young Thug case started this week, and I just love court cases, especially when it's close to hip hop culture. So we're 3 days in, I think, or actually a week and 3 days in. But a few things that I want your opinion on. They're obviously trying to say that that Young Thug is not a gangster. He's not a Blood. He's not a Pyru, even though that's all he's ever talked about in his music. And there's a lot of facts backing that up. Young Thug and his people are trying to say that YSL stands for Young Stoner Life, which it stands for Young Slime Life, Young Blood Life. There's a song called Pushin' P, Lonzo. And Young Thug and his crew are trying to say that Pushin' P, which really stands for Pushin' Pyru, stands for Pushin' Peace. I mean, they're throwing all kind of bullshit out there. But let's go back to that lyric thing, Lonzo. We've talked about it in the past, but it's a big topic now with this Young Thug case. What do you think about courts using lyrics for cases?
If they can use a video from a Ring camera, they can use some.
Shout out Hologram MC.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. They can use a video from a Ring camera, from a traffic cam. Why not use your lyrics? If you dumb enough to write down and repeat what you did, you stupid enough to go to jail. If you dumb enough to try, and that's the part people, and it really pisses me off that people try to play games. Yes, people lied, okay? But when your lies and actual crimes start to match up, dude, you got the game fucked up. It's one thing for it to rain on my head, but it's another thing to stand on my head and piss on my head, tell me it's rain. Okay? I know rain when I see it, and that's piss. That ain't rain. Okay? And that's the part people want to play games with. I understand hip hop got to stand up for hip hop, but a lot of hip hop is stupid. It don't make no sense. And as long as we keep backing this shit up, we're gonna keep on getting what we getting.
Yeah, and one other thing they said, Pushin' P stands for pushing positivity. I'm literally watching this lawyer trying to convince me that Pushin' P stands for pushing positivity. I mean, they think we're dumb, dude.
Here's the dude that since he's been in jail, the crime rate went down. It's a known fact that since he's been in jail, since his team has been in jail, the crime rate has gone down in Atlanta. Okay? So with that being said, miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that bullshit.
Damn, dude. Let's go back. When what were some of the first cases where lyrics could have been used against people? Well, we had the big Luke thing down in Miami, Florida, where they were literally going in and arresting people who were selling the Luke tape. What do you remember about that time? Because that sounds crazy. Arresting a record store dude because he's selling a tape?
Yeah, man. See, understand this, Dusty. Back then, there was a thing called contributing to the delinquency of a minor. And even I could not, back in the day, I could not go to a VIP and buy a Richard Pryor album. I could not do it. The only way I got a Richard Pryor album, I had to go to the swap meet. Swap meet, they never gave a fuck. Okay? Korean, black, whatever the case may be. Swap meet ain't never gave a damn because they was selling bootlegs anyway. I could not go to the store and buy a factory copy of Richard Pryor. That nigga's crazy. Bicentennial. Oh, I couldn't even buy Bicentennial nigga. That was 1976. I could buy that. I could buy that. I couldn't buy that nigga's crazy because there was a such thing as contributing to the delinquency of a minor. It was a misdemeanor. It's just like selling kids cigarettes or alcohol. Okay, if you did that, you jeopardized your business. You put your business in direct fire of the police, ABC, or firearms and tobacco, what's that? FT, whatever it is,
ATF, yeah.
ATF, thank you. So, and all these things, and they would actually do this. They've done this. They had stings just for cigarettes back in the day. They would send an undercover kid with no ID in there, buy a pack of cigarettes. Now, here's the crazy part. Okay, yes, we could buy cigarettes with your mama, with your mama's a note from your mama. Okay, but it was in some states they didn't play that shit. You sold cigarettes to kids, your ass went to jail. You could lose your liquor license, your tobacco license. All right, and it's the same thing with records. I don't know if you was. That's the only case I've ever heard of anybody doing that. But at that time, Luke was some phenomenal shit, man. Luke was like between Richard Pryor and the devil. So, you talking about sex to kids? Oh my God, in the 80s? Oh, come on, man. That wasn't flying back then, dude. That's why I tell people the times are so different. The people that are commenting on this shit only know the time from a certain point to now. You don't know about when I was growing up, when you could not, adults were responsible for the kids in your immediate area. If you were around some kids and you did some shit, Negro, you could be in trouble. You just allow some kids to do some shit as a grown person in your presence, you could have a problem. It ain't like that no more. They put them on the internet smoking weed. Mama on the background shit with rolling blunts for the kid. Nobody don't give a fuck no more.
Damn, dude. Hologram EMC, going back to what we were talking about earlier. Thanks again for the donation. He says, Black queens hate their men and the order they bring. Interesting. Feel free to elaborate in the comments, my man. And since we're almost halfway through, I'm going to remind everybody to hit that like button if you haven't already. And if this is your first time tuned in, you are tuned in to Not Without Alonzo. That is Alonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. I am Dusty Vision. Please hit that subscribe button if you like what you hear. Let's continue, Lonzo. I love hearing those stories, man. Speaking of times being different and things that we don't see today, things that you've seen as a kid that we may not have seen or, only seen in movies. But talk to us about how like downtown and like different parts of the area were back in the day, specifically when it comes to like 25-cent peep shows and how there was just a little bit more of a seedy part, you know what I'm saying? The Pike, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Give us some of those old school stories, man.
Man, downtown, all downtown LA, but not all, but most of downtown LA, the theaters that people go to now that are now clubs, a lot of them were peep shows. Okay, in Inglewood, California, right